Today we're looking at some creepy footage that is starting to freak the internet out. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content just like this.
Is it possible to live while missing vital parts of your body? According to this seriously freaky footage posted to YouTube by February Dixon, the answer seems to be yes. In this bizarre clip, we see a man in the Philippines attempting to make his way across a busy street without a very important body part, his head. The footage has been recorded on a street with heavy traffic in the bright light of day. Only a few yards away from the camera, we see the man, who looks rather ordinary at first, attempting to cross the busy street. His missing head, however, appears to be causing some trouble, as he boldly walks in between cars, earning angry honks from the drivers. Are these drivers honking him because he's in their way? Or, like us, are they alarmed at the fact that he's attempting to navigate his way across the road without a head? One possible explanation for the bizarre headless man is that he's a ghost. Perhaps the ghost of someone who was tragically killed along this very roadway. However, he looks altogether too solid and corporeal to convince many viewers that this could be the case. Another possibility lies in ancient mythology, where headless creatures called akaphaloi or blemyes were believed to roam the countryside. According to the legends, their facial features were actually on their chests. However, these creatures were believed to only show themselves in remote areas, so it's unlikely one would appear on such a busy roadway. Perhaps the legend is true and these creatures have become more bold in recent years, but for now it seems this headless man will have to remain a mystery. CCTV is a great source of freaky footage, and this creepy clip posted to Reddit by user Littlebo has caused numerous arguments on the popular social media site. This video takes place in a tattoo shop, where an artist is preparing to put some new ink on a client. The artist is sitting in a chair near the wall while the client stands in front of him, showing the area she wants to be tattooed. All of a sudden, the tattooist becomes the victim of what many have described as some kind of paranormal activity. As he discusses the tattoo design with his client, a speaker on the shelf suddenly falls down, hitting the artist right in the head. As it does, it knocks several other objects off, which also land on the unfortunate man. Some Redditors who have seen the freaky footage believe that the tattoo artist's chair most likely caught one of the speaker's wires and pulled it down. However, toward the end of the clip, when the client picks up the speaker from the floor, we can clearly see that it's actually wireless. In addition, the artist was sitting completely still in his chair at the time the objects began to fall. So what do you think? Was this simply just an accident, or could it really have been the work of a resident poltergeist? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Most people would probably try not to anger a ghost if they were ever unlucky enough to be confronted by one. However, the men in this truly bizarre video seem to share a different opinion as they defend their ground against a mysterious figure. The freaky footage begins by showing the figure standing beside a group of parked motorcycles. Nothing seems out of the ordinary at first, that is until the man begins to move around. As he does, it quickly becomes clear that he's semi-transparent and at times seems to blend into the background. Soon a scuffle ensues and the strange figure appears to move with supernatural speed and possesses superhuman strength. Realizing that he's outnumbered, the ghostly man suddenly vanishes into the darkness, leaving the other men confused, wondering who or what they had just witnessed. Was this really a ghost? Some viewers have suggested that it could have been an ordinary man dressed in some sort of secret military clothing. Clothing that perhaps gave the man superhuman strength and speed, as well as the ability to camouflage from his enemies. Unfortunately, without further information, this video will have to remain a mystery, at least for the time being. Redditor Flower Sliders probably wasn't expecting to record any freaky footage while taking a walk on an abandoned road in rural Japan. However, it seems that supernatural experiences have a way of finding you when you least expect them. As they were walking, they noticed some strange movement in the bamboo trees along the side of the road.
Why is it doing that?
See that down there?
What?
Right there.
While it isn't unusual to see trees swaying in the breeze or moving as animals scurry about, it's definitely bizarre to see the trunk of a single tree shaking back and forth, while the others around it remain perfectly still.
I don't understand. I'm gonna look this up. And
Oh, maybe there's some way. Still, no, it's not.
In an attempt to explain the odd movement, several Redditors offered their opinions. One theory suggested that a large animal could have been feasting on the tree's roots underground. However, others asserted that there are no subterranean animals that eat bamboo roots big enough to cause this type of shaking that live in Japan.
Okay, why is it still moving?
Can we go?
Another theory is that the strange movements were caused by the Kodama, spirits from Japanese folklore that are said to inhabit trees. It's said that the Kodama protect forests where they dwell, and anyone who attempts to cut down a tree will become cursed. If this truly was the work of a Kodama, then hopefully this Redditor left the trees alone after recording this freaky footage. According to this video uploaded to YouTube by Steve5681, some ghostly entities seem to enjoy causing trouble after hours. This creepy clip shows what a security camera caught when a shadowy figure showed up in a bottle shop after closing time. The CCTV camera focuses on one of the aisles in the store. At first, everything's still. As the camera rolls, the view of the aisle suddenly becomes obscured for a split second, as what appears to be a white shadow passes over the screen. Suddenly, dozens of bottles begin to fall off the shelf, smashing all over the ground. If the mysterious white figure truly did cause the mess, then it would seem it could have been a very powerful poltergeist. In the future, this store's employees should be extra careful when wandering around the aisles after hours. Unidentified aerial phenomenon, or UAP, commonly called UFOs, are not all that unusual. However, in this freaky footage shared by Redditor Revan Tex, the unidentified object behaves in ways that have UFO enthusiasts scratching their heads. In the clip, a black orb can be seen zooming around the sky. Without knowing how far away it is from the camera, it's difficult to gauge the object's size. However, its movements appear faster and more controlled than one would expect from a drone or other human-controlled aerial device. Several minutes into the video, the object suddenly dips into the water. However, it does so without leaving a single splash or ripple behind. A few seconds later, the object re-emerges from the water, but now appears to have split into two. Both craft fly in tandem for a few seconds before disappearing suddenly, perhaps slipping back beneath the waves. The strange behaviour of the object in and around the water is unlike anything UFO specialists have seen before. So far, no one's been able to come up with any reasonable explanation for what this object was, or how it was able to perform such unbelievable manoeuvres. Love to get your thoughts on this one in the comments section below. Before we get to that number one spot and take a look at some terrifying footage of an old man walking backwards down a dark road, remember to hit that subscribe button and tickle that bell icon there. That way you'll be notified about all our latest scary content. There's no better place for freaky footage than a dark abandoned roadway late at night. In a video uploaded to YouTube by Drunken Monk Official, one group of friends came across something very bizarre during their late night joyride. As the car drives down the lonesome road, a bright white figure suddenly appears illuminated by the car's headlights. Those in the vehicle appear disturbed, but as they approach closer, things get even more bizarre. The figure looks to be an old man wearing a white gown. He holds a gnarled walking stick in one hand as he slowly shuffles down the street. It's not just the odd appearance of the man that seems to startle the occupants of the car, but also the way in which he walks. His legs stick out at odd angles and he seems to be walking slowly backwards down the road. Even when the car is directly behind him, he never turns around. Some have posited that the figure in this freaky footage is just an ordinary old man, perhaps lost or making his way home. However, others have questioned the man's bizarre behaviour. The occupants of the car are too disturbed to get a closer look, so the truth about this strange figure's appearance on the road that night will likely have to remain a mystery. What do you think? Is this just an ordinary man walking backwards down the road? If so, why? Or could these joyriders have stumbled upon something far more sinister? Let me know what you think's going on in the comments section below.